Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, kitty.
Caprice.
You just attacked and hissed at me. Bad kitty, Caprice.
Will you try to be nice to Brianna? No, I will not, Ava. Well, Caprice, you better start. Because her and I are together. And I can tell you, if Brianna is pregnant, you gotta be extra nice to her. And I don't want you doing anything dumb. Like what you did earlier. Because you just attacked her. Twice already. But the next time you see Brianna, say something nice to her, okay? Do you have a deal? Yeah. And Ella, you have been no better.
Don't pull off an R. Kelly stunt like that again.
Rory went to the restroom on her shirt. And that is a bad girl.
Yeah.
Come on. Try to be nice, okay? Will you try to be nice to Brianna?
Yeah.
Now this is just not an empty promise, okay, Ella? I'm serious. You gotta be nice to her.
Okay.
But Caprice. Yeah? Be nice, okay? It's gonna be okay, Caprice. It's gonna be alright. Yeah. Okay? So, yeah, it's been almost 3 weeks since we moved here. And Ella spends most of her time on the couch so far, and Caprice has been spending most of her time on her cat tree, which I had purchased back earlier in February of 2022, right before I moved here. But they have not been getting along with Brianna so well. In fact, Caprice has hissed and attacked Brianna 5 times already. And Ella's been urinating on her only 3 times. Ella, what is your deal today? I don't know.
I just don't fucking know, Ava.
Now why did you urinate on Brianna? Look, I know you and Caprice don't like Brianna as much. But you and Caprice are family, okay?
Yeah?
So is Brianna. And, next week, we find out if Brianna's pregnant. And if she is, you and Caprice need to be very, very cautious. Okay?
Yeah.
Hey, Caprice. Did you hear any of that? No. I just don't give a fuck. Well, the main point is, next week, we find out if Brianna is pregnant. Was that the reason why you've been hissing and attacking Brianna a lot? Yeah. Look, I know you don't like her as much, but wait a minute. Look, is it the fact that Brianna's from North Carolina is the reason why you don't like her? Yeah. Well, I hate to say it to you, Caprice, but that's kind of ridiculous. Yeah. But just try to be nice to her, okay? Especially in the event she's pregnant. Which will be next week, okay?
Motion detected in the front yard. Motion detected in the front yard.
Watch it not work. Find another way.
Motion detected in the front yard.
All right, yeah. Okay. Test.
Motion detected in the front yard.
I'm hurt.
Just what in the fuck was that cocksucker Tara thinking? Had she known that you were physically handicapped like you are now, none of this bullshit would have happened in the first place.
And since it's all her fucking fault, I'm not even gonna do any maintenance requests. Can Ella and I help, Ava? Yes, Caprice. You already have. I've already caught a few cockroaches, which is good. But there are a lot of people who just don't like that. Well, fuck them. Fuck those people. Seriously. Fuck those assholes. They really don't know you. They think they do, but they really fucking don't, Ava. It's okay, Caprice. Gabriella.
Yeah? Yeah, I heard what you said to Caprice. It's pretty much bullshit.
Yeah, you're right, Ella. You and Caprice are both right.
Of course we are.
But yeah, we saved you. Gonna give that bitch what she deserved. Caprice, the property manager is not a bitch. She is. Look, I'm pretty sure you have that attitude about all female property managers at apartment complexes. Yeah. It seems like things have gone downhill just shitter for you, Ava.
Yeah. They are. They have been for some time now. But we knew. We sure as hell knew, Ava.
I don't understand how the fuck this could have happened, Ava.
You know, Brianna, if I had known, this shit was gonna happen, I would have never fucking moved here. Or at least, not on the fucking second floor like I am right now. But, I am gonna kick someone's ass up St. Joe Road and down St. Joe Center Road. Yeah. You tell him, Ava. And Brianna. Yeah. Yeah, I tell ya. Ella and I are dressing a hell of a lot better than you are, Ava. Because I've been trying to hiss and attack people who do these bad things to you. Well, you're sort of right, Caprice. I did sort of train you to attack and hiss at people who do wrong things to me. Ella, too. Yeah. Ella, what are you doing?
Yeah. Kind of seem to be kind of walking funny today, Ava.
Yeah, I know. Hey, Caprice, did you hear any of that? Sort of. Yeah. It's gonna be alright, Caprice. But, thank goodness you, aren't hissing as much as you did back at Black Pine. Yeah, that's right. You even got a name for that property manager. What is it? Trampy Terror. Yeah, you're right. She is sort of a tramp. She is. That's why Hillary hissed at her 20 times. And my tail is puffed. Double that. Fucking 40. Well, it's gonna be alright, Caprice. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be okay, Caprice. My back is doing okay, but my foot's not getting any better. Yeah. Sure as hell doesn't deserve this bullshit. It's not bullshit, Caprice. It's what happened. So, what happened on the 1st of November, when Caprice, Ella, and I moved here, that particular night, I was in pain from the neck down. But recently I have confirmed that the back spasm was, in fact, a major injury. And I am Starting to get a little bit better on the back, but not my foot. Even worse, despite my best attempts to make access to this place more accessible by obtaining a wheelchair ramp, and had it not been for the cane I've been using, the injuries would have gotten a hell of a lot worse. But the truth is, yesterday, the 19th of December, 2022, I did something at Walmart I thought I would never do. Just roll the clip. I started to use some of those so-called motorized shopping carts. And quite frankly, I did pretty well. Yet, it is something I've been used to doing, because back in the late 1990s, after my mom was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, I should say, she was permanently crippled, unlike yours truly, who has type 2 diabetes, pretty much, pending a confirmation of diagnosis, in which case would potentially be not as surprising if my foot injury was caused by diabetes. But at any rate, I do know that the injuries I did receive are pretty much going to put me labeled as semi-handicapped. And I have had a hell of a lot of trouble getting up and down even just one flight of stairs. And stairs are really, really dangerous. Okay. Yeah, so it is approximately 2 o'clock on the 20th of December, 2022. And this is now only the second time I have ever been in a wheelchair. And last time that happened, I was living in Marion in 2002. This time, 20 and a half years later, look at that. I find myself in that position. This time, it was due to the back injury I sustained on November 1st, plus the foot injury I received. And I'll never forget when I was at the group home in New Albany in 1992, when a very angry student, and I'll never forget that name for as long as I live. The guy's name was Jonathan Beaver. He tipped a desk over a foot of the late Debbie Nye. And I was like, oh my God, that was... That's sort of what happened to me on November the 1st, 2022. And just a few minutes ago, I just got off the CityLink in a wheelchair. And right before I got on it, I was going like this, saying, "Forgive me, Lord, for what I'm about to do." And I'm kind of surprised. Had a little difficulty, but it went okay. Yeah. So, right now I am here at the Fort Wayne Metro Human Relations site on the intersection of State and Parnell. And I have a meeting here because of what I believe might be, according to the Fort Wayne Housing Authority, as nothing more than a landlord-tenant dispute. Could turn into a potentially disastrous lawsuit if it hasn't been already. Because this really boils down to the Fair Housing Act of 1964. And to an extent, the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990. And the lease violation is primarily due to this wheelchair I'm sitting in right now. That wheelchair has been used for the past 20 plus years. And additionally, in addition to having it come in handy, I also use it to carry groceries. And this was the same wheelchair that was used back in Caprice and Ella Season 2 in the episode titled Caprice and Ella Goes to the Vet.
Good girl.
Thank you, Ava.
Good girl.
Thank you. I know, girls. We're almost there. Right here. Don't be surprised. See me on TV if you live in the Fort Wayne, Indiana area.
Process is painful for the animals once they.
Now, I've never had a problem with this particular wheelchair at anywhere I lived until a couple weeks ago. And if Golfy thinks they want me to carry this up and down a flight of stairs, fucking forget it. So fuck you. So because someone is definitely gonna get her ass kicked. Gonna have their asses kicked. Or let me say it this way. I'll kick someone's ass up St. Joe Center Road and down St. Joe Road. Now, I am no fucking cop. But I do play a homicide detective on Queen of the Willis. So, I just got out of the Fort Wayne Metro Human Relations office, and it's pretty much gonna be good news. Well, at least for me though. But unfortunately, it is pretty much bad news for Golfy Apartments. And oh boy, are they sorry they ever did that kind of shit on me. I am willing to believe, I am willing to believe that when I applied to Golfview, I should have noted that I was going to be semi-disabled. Or should I say semi-handicapped is more fucking like it. Instead of dealing with this fucking bullshit I'm dealing with now. And let me tell you, this could have easily have gotten so much goddamn worse. And thank fuck for Brianna. Had she not been there when I called, and not take Elle outside, I think this would have been a much different outcome. And there's a reason. There is a reason why I did not add Breon to my lease. Or even the child that pretty much came out of my fucking clitoris and into Brianna's vagina. Talk about a lesbian father fucking a North Carolina MILF, getting her knocked up for 9 months, and bang, have my 7th child, but this will be Brianna's first. So I am on the CityLink, heading back home, and it's kind of unusual for me in this situation. And this really surprised me, as this is the first time in my entire life I have ever done this. And like I said before I left Gulfview, I actually looked up this guy and said, "Forgive me, Lord, for what I'm about to do." And thank goodness for my faith. Thank goodness for my faith.
Well, that was my stop, man.
To be surprised has to be an understatement. Unlike what happened to Marion 5 years ago. And I'm really glad this wheelchair did come in handy for something like this, because my right foot was in a lot of pain. And the good news is my back is healing. And to say the least, it is kind of challenging. And thank goodness that I did come to Fort Wayne 5 years ago prepared, because somehow in my gut I knew something like that was going to happen. And it sure did on the 20th of December, 2022. And now everyone's going to say, "Oh, Wayla Zen was right all along. Why, oh, why didn't I fucking believe her?" Well, that's going to be a good question for a lot to answer. Because 9 times out of 10, I'm usually in the right. But there have been rare occasions where I do make mistakes. And I do not make very many of them very often. And like I said, I am willing to believe that I did neglect to disclaim that I am semi-handicapped. I will only admit to that part. And I'm also willing to build a few smokers output posts at Gulfview Apartments as part of any settlement that is reached. So, yeah. Well, I'm just about head back home. After one of the most brutal things I've ever done. May God have mercy on my fucking soul. Just where the fuck were you, Ava? Well, I was at the Fort Wayne Metro Human Relations office on Parnell Avenue. Between North Side and downtown. Or should I say the old North Side? Let me guess. You nailed them. You nailed that trampy teller.
Yeah. Good job, Ava.
Yeah. Damn good job, Ava. You're standing up for what you know is right. Standing up for what you fucking believe in. Yeah, you are kind of right, Caprice. See, I love my Caprice. This is why you're here. This is why you and Elle are here. Because you like to protect me. Isn't that Brown's job? Not exactly.
Yeah? Yeah. Yeah. At least you stood up for what you're standing up for what's right. Get the fucking ball rolling. Well, you are right. But yeah. Yeah. I'm really excited.
Well, I wouldn't celebrate just yet. Okay, Ella?
Yeah. Yeah.
And neither should you, Caprice. I wouldn't celebrate just yet. Well, the real victory is when this issue gets fucking resolved. Yeah. At least in a couple weeks. Good. At least you're kicking somebody's ass today. Give that trampy chair what she deserves. A good kick in the ass. Well, I'm not gonna do it physically, okay, Caprice? Yeah? Ella.
Yeah.
Anyway, Caprice. It's gonna be okay. Yeah. Just... What the fuck, Ava? What the fuck? May God have mercy on me.
Yeah.
I know, Ella. I know.
At least you did what you had to do, Ava. Which is good. Like always.
Yeah.
Want more Caprice and Ella? Subscribe to our channel and get notified of new videos. Also visit capriceandella.avazin.com for updates and watch full episodes now in 4K ultra high definition.